Remembering Kayon, Winks, KG, Mike Stan in a happy way. Kayon was given the name Mike Stan after an uncle of his, passing the church, heard melodious singing, stopped to take in what was going on. He left with a report saying he saw two brothers and a Mike Stan between them, referring to Kayon, of course. All of that he found humorous. Kayon and I grew up like twins. Wherever one was seen, the other also. Always was Kayon and Darcia. We started basic school the same time. We loved the most of the same things. When it comes on to food, soup was our favorite. Wherever he was and wanted soup in a jiffy, he would call me. "Dee, cook soup, may I come?" We ate porridge, and at school, we were forced to drink it. Miss Murray and Kathleen would put us on their laps and fed us, and that did not go very well. We bawled as if being murdered. When the time came for Kayon to go to all-age school, they had was to send me too. To separate us was more difficult than they thought. We wouldn't stop crying. I was placed in his class next to him. Wherever he was going, he would always be walking or running fast, as if being blown by the wind. He would look behind and say to me, "Dee, walk up now." Even though having other siblings that we loved dearly, the bond we have was like none other. We confide in each other. Love, trust, respect was important. We had that. Can't remember us cussing out each other. Kayon loved his parents dearly, always thinking of ways to help them. He loved to see people excel. He encourages not only who is called blood, but those also who would sit and talk with him. Kayon was ambitious, hardworking. He pushed or challenges himself to do far more than is expected of him, being so frail. At times, he would say to me, "Dee, them just a watch the size, but I cause them no know. They not realizing how much he could really do." He did not like mediocrity in any form. In his trade, he takes his time and was not pleased until he gets it right. Kayon loved to dress up. Very shoes and clothes had to coordinate. He was loving, kind, compassionate, friendly, funny. He would make you laugh, as the saying goes, until you roll. Very outspoken, yet a gentle soul. After a child reaches a certain age, they are asked, "What do you want to become?" Very few will say, or add to that list, "Champion for Christ." Over the years, we watch persons beat the odds and become great in whatever career chosen. One thing is clear, it's not how we started, but how we end. That's what's important. Kayon wanted to achieve many things in life, some of which he did not attain. Champion for Christ was at the top of that list, and in the end, that's what he became. Kayon was thrown in the fire to be proven and tested of what sort he was. He came out as pure gold on the other side with Jesus. Yes, you did it. You did run well and kept the faith. You have strengthened many along the way. Jesus promises a crown of life, and we have no doubt you shall receive it. We love you dearly, Kayon, and miss your presence here. The void that is left seems impossible to fill. We will go on because we must, but you will never be forgotten. We will carry you in our hearts, in in the space that says sweet memories only. Until we meet again at our Savior's feet, rest in peace, my brother, rest in peace. We all love you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good evening. I'm here with my nephew Kion. I have known Kion all my life. My nephew, he was so warm, kind, caring, loving, passionate. He's everything a person looking for. It was Kion. He's a man of peace and contentment. You never heard Kion and anybody in any war or any disagreement or anything like that. From I've known him. He's a hard-working person, as small as his body is. You would be so surprised to see the things he can do. We are so proud of him. And we missed him so very much. If there's a thing that money could buy life, he would be here today with us. And we just have to let the memories of Kion live inside of us forever. I just want to sing a verse of this song. When I was low in the spirit, I cried, Lord, lift me up, for I want to go higher in thee. For the Lord knows I can't stay on the mountain, so he picked out a valley for me. Jesus leads me beside still waters. Oh, somewhere in the valley below, and he drew me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley he restored my soul. Oh, Jesus leads me beside still waters. Oh, somewhere in the valley below, and he drew me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley he restored my soul. In the valley, in the valley, in the valley, he restored my soul. Goodbye, Kion, my darling nephew. I surely do miss you. Rest in peace, my love. Kion's pathway, the final victory lap. In the words of John W. Peterson, Kion certainly experienced this. It's not an easy road. We are traveling to heaven. For many are thorns on the way. It's not an easy road. But the Savior is with me. His presence gives him joy every day. The roads were rough, rocky, winding. The hills were hard to climb. The mountains were steep and slippery. thorns and huge potholes, and all different kinds of roadblocks were on either side of the road. He even had some bad accident, but with the strength from the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, he continued on his journey. The tunnels were pitch as night, but Jesus walks with him and brightens his journey and lightens his every load. It was a dark, hard encounter. Experience and dreams were shattered, but God kept him through. There were sleepless nights, heartache, pain, discomfort. Teardrops often dimmed the eyes. Nevertheless, he journeyed on with his Savior. The journey gets rougher and tougher. Dear Jesus guards and keep him so that nothing could harm him. I imagine Kion saying, I must have the Savior with me, for I dare not walk alone. Though I am often tired, weary of pain, for me to live is Christ, and for me to die is gain. He traveled on his journey and encouraged himself on his final victory lap. He had an encounter with some angels who took the very best health care of him. They became his friends. They were very supportive in every area of his life that they could possibly meet. He was pampered, loved, an act of kindness was showered on him as if he was their own son. On the day of his transaction, amazingly, the staff of Port Maria Hospital assembled themselves around his bedside. They watched him timely position himself to the end of the race. There he made his final victory lap. A better day is coming when home in glory he will rest in perfect peace over there. R.I.P my cuz, Kion. You are gone but not forgotten. Your memories lingers on in our hearts.
This tribute is from Rose Cartier, aunt of the deceased. I am Rose Cartier. On behalf of the Henry families who could not be here to say goodbye, we send our love and condolences to our sister, Iselin Mackenzie and Kayon Williams, mother and father of the deceased. Also Tiola and Darcia. This is a road we must all travel, and Kion knows it was his time to go. He was strong, brave, and ever so humble. He was not afraid, and because he has given his heart to God for so long, he was ready for the sacrifice and the journey, because he knows his Savior will be there to receive him. Kion and I talk plenty, and sometimes when his mom is not around him, because he was worried about her, and he knew this would be hard on her, he asked me to watch over her and help her if needed. He also talked about his faith and how satisfied he was with the life he lived, and was ready for whatever happens now. I wrote this tribute with tears in my eyes and sadness in my heart. I will never forget him, and I love him so very much. If it was money to save him, he would be alive. If it was love, he would be alive. If it was prayer to save him, he would be alive. But God decided it was time for him to come home and join the angels of heaven. And I know he will always be looking down on us, as humble as a dove. Rest in peace, my handsome nephew.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the persons watching, these are my condolences to Kayon, Winks, KG, but me personally call him Winks. As for me, from I was 18 years old when I think I was a woman, or the government says a woman at 18, Ken made my first piece of furniture, which was a chest of drawer. So when Ken tell me the money to make, it was $8,000 at that time. I could have hardly find it. But Ken said, Keisha, you can't stand it. You see, it's dear. But anyway, I saved and I didn't pay it one time. I paid more than one time and I finished my chest of drawer. The dresser was the next move, and Ken furnished me until I finished my house. Even my house that I finished, Ken still closed the doors to it because I didn't want any regular door, because I said I wanted the cedar doors. So Ken made the cedar doors and polished them and hang them on for me. But then again, I buy a special door that I said it was my front door. But then I still had to call Kayon because I wanted to change the color. So Kayon come and him polish and shine. But even pastor carried because the door was so heavy, you know, Kayon size. Yeah, but he did a very good job molding, and I love my front door. Everything is Kayon. Everything that I made in furniture. My bed, it was special because I didn't want it low. It was a special height, and Kayon built it for me also. Everything. So you know, Winky is a special person. A little bit in a size, but he have good use. And he was my furniture maker until today. One thing missing though was my cupboard, the kitchen cupboard, because we already made the price for him to make my kitchen cupboard, and now I have to get somebody else to do it. So my condolences every time for Kion, and especially for the community now, community-wise, on behalf of the Three Hills United Management Committee, of which I am the chairperson for. Ken was a hard-working citizen for the community of Three Hills, dedicated, hard-working, Christian, and a law-abiding citizen. Never hearing him calling any wrongdoing. More than playing music, making furniture, and always at the Youngs. So I know me miss him, but the Youngs especially will also miss Kayon. So on behalf of the entire community of Three Hills, I give my condolences to the entire family, Bispet, Mas Money, Maki, where we call him, and everybody in Three Hills. We will share their same continents. So rest in peace, Kayon, and your life, you lived a good life. You didn't make any trouble in the community. You have faith, and we will miss you. Thank you, everybody. One love.
This tribute is coming from the sister of the deceased, Kayon Williams. God looked around his garden and found an empty place. Then he looked down upon the earth and saw your tired face. He put his arms around you and lifted you to rest. With the help of his angels, they flew you to your heavenly place. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. He knew you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He knew that you would never get well on earth again. He saw the road was getting rough and the hills too hard to climb. He closed your weary eyelids and whispered, "Peace be thine." It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of us went with you the day God called you home.
My God, there is so much memories when it comes to Kayon. Winky, you don't know things set already. I said that. You know,
through Kayon sickness and everything, there wasn't a dull moment when it come to Kayon. When you come look for Kayon and all of these things, Winky always lap up as usual, foot up your son, everything. But that was just Kayon. Kayon always said, Joel, me I got dead, you know, but I want somebody more worry about, and a Petos. Petos, man. Me don't know when me gone, how Petos I gonna manage. And me just want if it did, if it Petos see me. And one of the biggest things that Kayon worry about when it come to Auntie Pet was like, he must say, Joel, Mummy don't know how if it read a text message, you know, give me a teacher, Mummy don't want take, you know, and me don't know how I'm gonna manage. And I say, Kayon, don't worry yourself, man, Petos I go good, man, Petos I go good. And, you know, right through the time, he was just worried about his mom. He wasn't even worried about himself, but he was just worried about his mom. And that was so lovely about him. I can remember one of the evening when they called to say, you know, if we want to say our final goodbye to Kayon. And I said it to Shanabel, and I said, Shanabel, you know, they called to say if we want to say the last goodbye to Kayon. And Shanabel said to me, said, Juliet, let him man alone here, man, because man already for dead yet. And, you know, when we went to the hospital and when I saw Kayon, you know, I was there, but honestly, guys, I can confess now, I wasn't that strong. And I just stand aside and I start to talk to the nurse. But I could not let my aunt know that I wasn't strong enough because I have to be there for her. And, you know, the nurse was saying to me that I don't know what keeping this little man because him not have nothing. But it was, you know, God's grace and mercy that was actually keeping him. And it was all about his mom. All through his struggles, his sickness for the time, it was all about his mom. And you know, Winky, you don't know a thing set already. Me not have to wonder, me not have to if and a but. You don't know a thing set in my extent. At this side, you know, we don't know say you're gone, you know, gone rest. But yeah, I know you're not resting, you know, because you go up there and dance, and play your music, and decorate the place. And all of them things they can. You know, we miss you, we love you, and all of these things. And we know that you will always be here with us, and we love you. May your soul rest in peace, Winky. I don't know, aka Mike Stan, at the side there.
On behalf of the Henry and Williams family, I would like to thank everyone who lent us their strength in this time of need. Everyone, whether it was giving a prayer or even to keep company or lending financial assistance, we'd like to thank you for all that you have done for Kayon during that hard and rough time. I'd also like to especially thank Janan, Grace, and Veron, Mr. McKnight, Nurse Simone, for all your contributions during that time of need. For all the times that we couldn't be strong, you were there, going with us, running the race right beside us. We'd like to express our utmost gratitude to you. We thank you for your support and your love, even though you might not be here with us, whether you're here or abroad. And we know that we will get through this time with the grace of God. Thank you.
You don't know I think that already. You know, Gabrielle decided that she could not just do everything when it comes to the vote of thanks. So guess what? Gabrielle said, Juliet, do a little piece for me. And I really appreciate that. You know, we just want to say special thanks to the young family. They go all the way. When we say all the way, they go all the way. And how can we forget about Auntie Rosie, Auntie Dana, Willie, all of the taxi drivers them that take the time out to take Kayon up and down. Remember, Pilly, you know, Pilly now left in Porridge, you know, and a Pilly that up and down all the way with Kayon, you know. And at this side, you know, right there, we just want to say thanks to everyone who take the time out to say again right there, you know. How can we forget about the lovely staff at the Port Maria Hospital? They are, you know, they are such a wonderful staff. You have some excellent nurse, excellent doctor. They have never said no to my auntie, never, never. We wish we have some more staff. in all the hospitals, like those that are at the Port Murray Hospital. We just want to extend our love to all the members and staff of the Port Murray Hospital. And you don't know things that already. You know, Marlon, trust me, Marlon, you deserve a crown. But you know, God see and God know everything. God give you the strength to be there for Kayon and for Auntie Pet, and we really appreciate it, you know, because we could not do it on our own, right? Because, you know, no man is an island, no man stand alone, all right? Don't know Manifred, thanks to all the support that you have given my auntie in their time of, you know, bereaved or through our struggles and everything. We just want to say thank you, Mas Manny, for everything. You don't know yesterday, Manifred, are you with your money and can't gonna work? But you know, in everything, as much as we are mourning, we still are rejoicing because we know that Kion don't want us to be here like crying out our eyes and mourning. Kion would like us to be, you know, laughing and having some fun. All right, so we just want to say thanks to everyone. We really appreciate it. Shireen, you don't know things that already. You're the way of us and Winky a dream you. You know, glad for the support and everything. And how can we forget about Darcy here? Darcy, we don't know things that already. We know say you want to come, but you can't make it. So, big up. Thanks to everything. Poochie, how could I forget about you? We know that you'd love to be here for Kayon because you were such a dear friend to Kayon. And we know that you could not be here in body, but we know that you are here in spirit and your support. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks to your family for all the support. We really appreciate it.